How to use segues for smooth joke transitions in comedy. Imagine trying to tell a story where each part suddenly jumps to a different topic without warning. It would be confusing, right? That's why smooth transitions matter so much in stand-up comedy. When you're on stage, you want your jokes to flow naturally from one to the next. That's where segues come in. They are like bridges that connect your jokes seamlessly. A good segue is short and clear. It can be a quick word, phrase, or sentence that links the punchline of one joke to the setup of the next. For example, if your first joke is about airport frustrations, you might say, "Speaking of travel, have you ever stayed in a hotel that's just plain weird?" That quick comment guides the audience smoothly into your next joke about hotels or airlines. Themes are a powerful tool for creating effective segues. If your jokes share a common topic, you can use that theme to tie them together. It makes your set feel like a story or a point of view rather than random jokes. But if your jokes don't naturally connect by theme, it's better to use a simple, direct segue or just move on without forcing a link. Timing is everything. Your segue should not take too long or become a joke itself unless it adds humor. Keep it brief so the audience stays engaged and doesn't lose interest. Over-explaining or lingering too long on a transition can break the rhythm and cause the audience to tune out. There are practical ways to create good segues. One method is to use the punchline of your current joke as a setup for the next one. This is sometimes called a tagline. For example, if your punchline is about a bad airline experience, you can follow up with a quick comment about travel mishaps that leads into your next joke. Another way is to ask a rhetorical question or make a quick observational remarking that naturally leads into the next topic. For instance, after joking about a messy room, you might say, "Speaking of clutter, have you ever tried to organize your closet?" That kind of comment smoothly shifts gears. You can also shift topics with a casual remarking that signals a change without breaking the flow. For example, after a joke about dating, you might say, "But enough about relationships. Let's talk about something even more complicated, kids." This keeps the audience with you. Using callbacks or references to earlier jokes is another effective technique. It creates a loop that ties your material together and makes transitions feel natural. If you mention a funny situation earlier, you can bring it back later to connect your jokes. When you're working on a longer set, plan your segues during the writing process. Think of your set as a sequence of tracks on an album, each one flowing into the next. Practice your transitions so they feel natural and keep the audience laughing. Remember, your audience is actively listening and processing what you say. Smooth segues help them follow your story without confusion or fatigue. If a transition isn't working, it's better to cut it short or skip it rather than force a connection that feels unnatural. So, to use segues effectively, keep them brief and purposeful. Use shared themes when possible. Let your punchlines lead into new setups. Practice your timing to keep the pace lively. And be flexible. If a transition isn't working, change it or remove it. This way, your jokes will flow smoothly and your audience will stay engaged and laughing from start to finish.